Hi, and welcome to Pixie's Questions Corner, number 6, I believe. I will eventually cut with the numbers and just continue on. Where there is no stupid question except for the question that you do not ask. Now, over the course of the past week, I didn't upload a Questions Corner, and I was having some issues because I also didn't, really have any questions that I wanted to answer, or that I felt were good enough to answer. So, after thinking about it, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and upload my Questions Corner. This one's probably going to be the shortest of them all. Maybe. Depends on how the future pans out. Um, so let's go ahead and start this off with the first question. And this came to me last night by one of my dear friends. We were discussing makeup and everything like that. And in one of the other videos that I already uploaded today, a DIY for makeup brushes through using paint brushes. When we were discussing stuff like that, she asked me what kind of cosmetics I use. Um, like what brand. Me personally, I use e.l.f. cosmetics. Don't know if you can see it properly. e.l.f. It's eye, lips, and face cosmetics. I use their foundation. I use their powder. I use their eyeshadow, lipstick, mascara. Pretty much a lot of my makeup is e.l.f. cosmetics. The only one that isn't is my pencil liner, and that is, oh God, I forgot what that is. I've had it for so long. I can't. It's a New York brand, New York color. But otherwise, everything else is by e.l.f. Cosmetics. They're pretty cheap and they work perfectly well for me. I haven't had any problems with them as compared to some of the other products that I have had issues with. Um, I do have a couple of, name brand things like Estee Lauder and Revlon and stuff like that. But I've come to find that the e.l.f. Cosmetics is really awesome. Um, I love how it feels on my skin. I love how it looks on my face. Um, so I really use a lot of them. She also asked me what kind of, face cream I use. Like, because a lot of people put on face cream before they put on their makeup. And me personally, I do that before I put on my makeup. After I take off my makeup, I also put it back on just to help hydrate my skin from when I'm taking off my makeup. Because when I take off my makeup now, many people will scream and yell, "Don't do this, don't do this." But this is how I've always done it, and it works perfectly fine for me. It may not work for everybody else, but it works fine for me because when I take it off, I use alcohol. 50% isopropyl alcohol, and I use it just to get the makeup off. And then I apply my Studio 35 Beauty Firming Day Cream. It's a brand new one that I just got. Usually I used to use Neutrogena or Olay, whatever, Olay, and Neutrogena. I can't pronounce it. Neutrogena. But I ran out of those. So I decided I was going to go into the market and see, what I can find. And I found this. And so far, I really like this. It feels nice on my skin. It's not heavy, and it really moisturizes it. It does help a lot with the makeup because when I put it on before I put the makeup on, as you can see, it looks really soft. The makeup looks really soft on my skin, and that's because I put this on before. Now, when I take it off with the alcohol, don't do this, people, unless you know your skin. Um, I put this back on. So I apply it twice a day if I'm wearing makeup, before makeup and then after makeup. Otherwise, it's just once a day, and I'm good to go. Other thing that she asked me, and that was we were discussing our skin color. She's from Malaysia. She's a sweetheart. And I'm from America. Um, we were discussing our skin color because I was making a comment about getting tan. How people are always like, oh, you're so pale, you, you need to go out into the sun. And she's like, I love your skin color. And I was like, so do I. And she goes, what do you do to avoid getting a tan? Basically, I don't go outside. I It's not that I don't like the sun or I don't like getting a tan. And this is how I explained it to her. The sun is fine, and I can tan perfectly well. Um, I just I don't like that bronzy skin. I like the pale look that I have, because even though I got a pale look, compared to a lot of other people that are pale, my best friend, for example, he is white as snow. Well, as long as it's fresh snow. Um, but he is so white that the sun has to put on sunglasses when it sees its skin, when it sees his skin. Okay, and I compared mine against his, and I don't go out in the sun. I don't get a tan, nothing like that, and I'm still darker than him. Um, and she asked, how is that possible? And I was like, well, that's probably because I have a little bit of Cherokee, which is an American native, or American Indian, depends on who you're talking to. I have a little bit of Cherokee in me. So I do have a slight darker skin tone, even though I'm pale. Um, those were the things that we discussed, and those were some of the questions that she asked. So I'm doing this video for her, kind of like I did my little makeup tutorial, because she was the one that asked. So, to my beloved Aya, here is your video, and I answered your questions. Thank you for asking, and I look forward to talking to you tonight, and we will go over the long-lasting stay of my makeup. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Pixie's Questions Corner, where there is no stupid question except the question that you do not ask. Stay tuned for another installment coming next week. Peace, people. Bye.